In accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everybody, Dragon King Mark, and welcome to part 21 of Let's Play Ash of God's Redemption. Last we left off, well, Hopper went through a lot. We managed to make it all the way to Friga. Found out that one of his friends ended up dying, who, as it turns out, was Druket. Turns out he was actually an Umbra named COPPA. So, we found a bit more pieces of the curse to find. We also, unfortunately, lost Rask to Nakoma, aka Atrak, when we reached the water Menhir. We did, however, find out some more intel. It looks like we have to go all the way to Opicum. But we need to find out a place where the Lost and the Wretch... I guess the Lost must be located, so... I'm guessing the Refuge of the Wretched might be a good option. Pilgrim's Path. So, what have I been doing? Not much. My friends are playing Remnant from the Ashes right now. I really want to join them, but it's a 3-player game. Maybe later. Riding past the barren hill, you see a mob of villagers, guards, folk of all kinds. Ake asks the reasons for the bustle, then returns to you. A witchman's caught, he says. All Captain Jordan's doing. The trial awaits, then the execution. Fine by me. They're a fearsome and loathsome ilk, anyhow. Adno's words echo in your mind. Find those loathed by all. Should this farce of a trial be disrupted, considering its inherent... Should this trial be disrupted, considering its inherently biased and callous nature? We've already lost so much time, and Opicum is nowhere in sight. Let's help. The tired girl keenly scrutinizes you. You said you're Hopper Rowley. My name's Dulce. Seems like you're the one I've been waiting for. Took a sweet time getting here, though. This genius of a captain even had the time to track me down. Enough of this tomfoolery. I think there was supposed to be another section over here, but I think we might have missed it. The girl's ropes come loose and you're buffeted by a freezing flurry. Awesome power is no doubt concealed within her. Oh, but you and the witch are petrified like statues. Dulce smiles. Don't be afraid, I won't do anything to you. For now, at least. I've merely something to ask. Deal? Just promise to speak truthfully. It seems like some sort of trial has been offered. Should you play along? You and Dulce could compete for excellence in magic. Well, you're not struggling with a curse that leaves you too weak to hope for beating such a foe. Though in hubris, the girl has forgotten that she's only a blade's length away. Let's talk. Let's accept the trial. You sift through all your options in your head, narrowing them down. Who should you choose? After all, a witch might mean someone entirely different from common folk. Who couldn't be called a witch? Philia. The witch vanishes, but you can still hear her. Giving you the hint was my duty, but I'll offer help of my own volition. They've all been under my spell for another hour. Awaken your companions and make your way out of here. You shake Ake awake and get him up to speed, saddle up and ride away. Okay, from what I'm supposed to understand, here's how it's supposed to be. Here's apparently how it was supposed to be. Oh no, wait, this was a 1.3. Hang on. Yes, Philia is a healer, not a witch. I need to read the stone in Opicum. Well, looks like that worked. Wolf track, Pilgrim's Path. I mean, the jailer prison is one way of reaching the watchtower. Let's go to the Refuge of the Wretched, though. The wolf track. So, not a whole lot's been going on. I've caught up on most anime I've been watching. There's also the fact that I really need to catch up on some new anime that just came up. Get in. Huh. Aki tries to take a drink and notices that all the water's gone. You filled the water skins not long ago, but they're empty now. What in blazes? He grumbles. We just refilled our water supply, now we have none. We're going mad with thirst. I'm about to drink from the nearest puddle. Oh, blessed gods, is that well there? You see a roadside well nearby. A harmless-looking woman sits nearby. Judging by the pot of coins in front of her, you don't drink here for free. Girl says she is Maria, and she asks you to make a donation to maintain the well. Difficult work for such a waif. Ake digs into his purse for a coin, and you find your thoughts wandering. Strange thirst has overcome you is highly suspicious. An unarmed girl, so far from any villages, seems shady too. Have you seen threats where there are none? We could talk with her? You ask Maria if there's a witch nearby who could cast a thirst hex over the road. The girl laughs like she doesn't understand what you're talking about and then disappears into the roadside bushes. Ake rushes to the well. Maybe we should forbid Ake from drinking. Surprised, the giant admits he's no longer thirsty. You soon find a spring near the road. Time to fill your water skins. So it was a trick. Oh, we can just go from the wolf track to the refuge of the wretched. And now we hit the watchtower. You ride by an emancipated beggar and toss some copper coins into his lap. He bows and yells that he'll never forget your kindness and that the gods will absolve you, because they know Babylon is trustworthy. Babylon is the most honest man in Terminum. Ake bursts out laughing almost immediately. What kind of name is Babylon? Lon, I could understand. Every 12th Breton I saw his name Lon, but Baba was a baby. Babi-Lon, or Babylon. That's hilarious. Babylon. I think I remember that name, actually. What to do? Let's recount the story. Ake falls silent. The power released almost ripped Terminum in two. You continue. The 5 Reapers were cast out, weakened for 7 long centuries. What to think of that Babylon is a funny name. It means mischievous in the temple tongue. That's him to a T. How can you suspiciously? How can you remember their names? Don't tell me you've seen your 700 years. Temple names are always meaningful. It might have been truly mischievous. So I'm guessing Babylon was actually one of the 12 one of the people that sacrificed themselves. But we're almost to Opicum now. Here we are. You've reached Opicum and stopped, mesmerized. And just like every time you've seen the ancient fortress, nothing has changed. Its walls and towers are as sturdy as ever, and its dead Menhir is still shrouded in mystery. However, it feels as though dark clouds have settled over the fort. You outpace the Frisians. You cannot hear the stampede of a moving army or smell their campfires. They're coming. Ake raises himself in the stirrups, arms skyward, and exclaims, "Oh, blessed Opicum! Never have you been conquered by the enemy. Never was your gate smashed asunder. Never have you greeted a reaper within. We made it, Blanche. Visions are not yet here." You shield your eyes. The shimmer of the Milky Mountains repeats is blinding. Oh, the banners adorning the fort are definitely Barkanan, so everything's in order. Let's see if there's someone to rival our luck. By the way, Ake, the Reapers can manifest themselves in Opicum. Only partially, though. They won't have their full power. They look like you and me. Ake can't seem to calm down. Let them. When I don't have my full strength nor my armor, I'm not too good of a fighter. Could it be the same with the Reapers? Do they look like normal humans who live normal lives between reapings? You smile, alertly. If only you knew how right you are, Ake. However, Reapers can easily charge themselves before you can put on your armor and ready your sword. So let's first get inside the fortress, shall we? If we can manage that. Your small company approaches a steep incline leading into the fort's main gate. You dismount and lead your horses by their bridles, noticing watchmen observe you from their bastions. The gate remains shut until Ake bangs on its iron sheets with his fists and feet. Finally, the gate slowly opens, allowing you inside. The guards briskly lead you and Ake to the commander before you can even catch your breath. You note the undeniable purity of this place, and your blackened hand has stopped hurting. You're brought here before Stockhead Vici, who leads back in Oda. He's grown quite old since then, but hardly anyone would dare to say that to his face. Brand's dad. Who are you? Where are you headed? Hey, I've seen you, big fellow. You're part of the Jaranan Prince's escort, right? Then it's you lot Colonel Carranza's been telling me about. Yeah, Your Grace. Yes, Your Grace. Not exactly sure what the Colonel told you. We've been sent at Thorn Brennan. Been in hot pursuit since Albius. I'm not squad commander, though. Here he is. Baron Hopper Rowley of Raydona. I welcome you, Baron. You've made it to Opicum. Quite a feat considering the situation. Though Thorn Brennan still isn't in the fort. You've missed him, it seems. We've been following him, Your Grace. He dropped by Phrygia looking for your grandson, but we don't know if he succeeded. There's many ways to Opicum from there. Perhaps we managed to outpace him. Well, I can only hope so. When I saw you leave that forest, my heart sank, Baron. From a distance, you looked like Thorn. And I didn't see my granddaughter with you. Well, Your Grace, you can hardly mistake us for any of us for Gletta Brennan, can you? Is Carranza waiting for your granddaughter in the fort, too? Why would he? What would a temple servant need for my granddaughter? As far as I understand, he's here waiting for the newly crowned Trigue. Although I have no idea why a Jaranan ruler would come here at all. I'm sorry, Your Grace. It's just that Colonel Carranza has been quite upset over her fate. Perhaps Colonel Carranza isn't just callous and sensitive cold fish like the other temple servants. Or he just wanted to please me somehow. We've run into each other in Oda a couple of times. We will stay? Well, you can stay. If you're not afraid of the 3 legions of Frisians coming here from the Barkan Highway. Though keep in mind, the food and water supply is only meant for the fortress defenders. Then I request to be stationed by one of the Opicum battlements, provided I get my ration. Then I request to be stationed by one of Opicum battlements, provided I get my rations. Or whatever you deem necessary, Your Grace. I think we're all ready to defend your fortress, Count. You should know I'm quite a skilled healer, and I can handle a sword well. Trigue wouldn't hire you otherwise. Well, let it be. I'll send someone to appoint you to your stations. The only thing for us to do is await your orders. Less talking, healer. Don't rely on me to find you a job. Look for something to do. That applies to you too, Ake. Only thing left to do is bow out. Seems like you're left to your own devices, at least until the siege.
If only your luck could match your hopes. Yet you cannot control everything.
Finally, we're Thorn. But we managed to get out of there. Our morale's average, we got a crap ton of gold, a lot of Strixes, and we're all the way here. There's no hope for victory, only a safe retreat. The next destination is the water Menhir. Let's check out the camp. Let's see. Helm and Brett and Mocked. Let's talk with Helm. Why are you eyeing me? Spit it out already. You're right. Maybe we'll all drop dead soon. So let's have a talk while I'm still alive. Isn't it a bit early for you to prepare for death? Truth to be told, I'm still amazed I've stayed alive for so long. We've been face to face with the enemy many times, and there is still so much more to come. Hope you don't regret letting me into your squad. I forgot his accent. I'm sorry. His voice from. I've got nothing to regret, but I still don't understand why you need to go west. You won't earn any coin following me, and you won't become commander. Could have waited for the war to reach the edge of the wasteland, you know. Want to tell me something? We sure are both back during the Battle of the Southern Islands. I was still a kid, scared out of my wits. I fell to the bottom of the boat like a coward. You should have executed me, but you punched me instead. My nose is still a bit bent. Then you made me take a sword and fight, and you fought alongside me. You saved me, Thorn. Now I remember you. You weren't nearly as huge, though. As for that day, if you executed everyone showing fear, there'd be no one left. Oh, now I finally remembers. You worried about something? I don't mind my ending up in your squad as pure happenstance. Look around. There's not a single random person here. That hag, the one I told you about, she thought everything through. She's the one who got on the squad for you. Think about it. Guess they're not thinking about it a lot. About predestination. Why would anyone have any use for us? Still, not much time left to wonder. Soon, we'll be served at the table and finally see who's trying to gobble us up. I'm not much of a fan of idle chatter, Helm. Well, I may not talk much, but if I don't say all I have to say before I kick the bucket, I won't even leave a single memory behind. Mary and Echo. Well, you've shared your tale, and I remember you. Now I won't ever forget. Still, what will become of your story if my life ended tomorrow? I don't believe there's an end to life, Thorn. Just because I feel heresy or the posthumous retribution of the temple servants preached about, I just don't. We're about to find an answer for ourselves, Helm. Let's see the end with our own eyes. That I'm sure of. Brett scrutinizes the locket he got from Duquette. COPPA. Do you think he's the one who was your benefactor? Maybe it's even my father. My mother told me never to bring him up. Even his name could bring me danger. That's why I know nothing about him. Even if he wasn't dead before, he probably is now. What's in the bundle? Dunno. Something heavy. Whether stone or iron. It's like a knife. Yeah. What piques my curiosity is who's after the thing, more than what's inside. Did you open the locket? No, don't want to. What if I cross paths with a mind-reading menace? I can't get manipulated if I don't know what's inside. Even a month ago I laughed in your face, but now I'm inclined to agree. Alright, not tormenting you any longer, Brett. You're not tormenting me, Captain. I'm tormenting myself. And the reaping torments all of us, as does the unspoken will leading us to Bracana. You felt that, didn't you? The end is nigh. Soon we will uncover the truth. Yeah, I figured as much. Macht, you talk to your son while it's still peaceful here. Yeah, we definitely should talk with Macht. I'll open up, son. You can't imagine how happy I'm to see you. What are you thinking about anyway? About Mother. Or how else than myself, even without the arm. And about Glenna becoming such a beautiful woman. I think Mother would have been proud of you, Father. Good. We'll make an opicum and fight the good fight for all of Bracana. While you rest and recuperate. Your grandfather will see to that. Grandpa won't just leave me alone now. He'll grumble about how stupid I am for losing an arm. No siree. I'd rather rest up and return to the army. If the war hasn't died down by then, of course. It won't, Macht. We're in for a long war and a long reaping. To think, I haven't seen you in nearly 3 years. I could never find the time. Now it seems there really is no time. Your mother will give your life for you. Hasn't she, though? How'd she die? Her heart gave out. She fell prey to the reaping first. She'd been crackling and finally broke. The war isn't going to lose its grip on us. I see. It's not your typical war, is it, Father? I had a talk with Prince Hedderlich, who seems highly educated, and he said that this reaping is unlike the others. Never has sorcery forced soldiers to attack someone's fortress. Can't say I'm well versed in the ways of misfortune, but I'm getting the feeling the gods are specifically testing our family's limits. Mocked. Now, we make it to your grandfather. I can already picture him babysitting me, constantly lecturing. I hope my terrible uncle isn't around. That I cannot guarantee. Stay away should you not be so lucky. He wants nothing but your death. Well, I'm looking forward to talking to you again. I hope you aren't making a goody two-shoes out of me at least. Next you'll be asking me to deal with Fishy alone. Can't do that. However, if you meet someone special and give me a grandson, then I'll run things my way. Oh, we don't have mocked. That sucks. I was hoping we could actually get mocked in our group. I think you need to go ahead and see if you can try to get him before he dies. You need to get to him as fast as you can. If you don't, he will die. Let's grab Might. Alright. I apologize for the low internet connection right now. Let's go with... I completely forgot we need to go ahead and put healing on. Ramlin, Fisk, Flint, Helm, Glenna, Thorn. Maybe I should put Fisk, Helm. You know what? I'll swap out Helm for Vi. Also, I apologize if you guys end up hearing any noise coming from the other room. That would probably be my dad. I think he's painting the ceiling. Okay. Now, where do we go? We can go to the Three Springs. But we need to make our way to the Water Menhir. We cannot go back to Friga. Or we could actually. But there's no one there. You know, maybe going back. We could go back to Friga if we could. I mean, there's not going to be anyone there, and there's probably going to be a few survivors. Maybe we can go ahead and try to get there fast enough. Hot suddenly appears on the road. Hot damn! He shouts, arms flailing. Thought I wouldn't catch up to you. Lon from Friga wasn't lying. You really are here. And I've got an official pardon. Stamped as required. You're in no laughing mood, but you can't help but smile when you see Hot helping your lost friends. He thinks that Gletta and bows before you. For a moment, it feels like all the recent tragedy was only a dream, and that you've only just left Albius. Huh. Hot did catch up. Glad to see you're in good health, Prince. It's about time we had some respite. What's that you were saying about a free pardon? I'm leading these men to Opicum, you know. Here it is. You're still under investigation, Thorn. Something's not quite right about what happened with Descent and Albius. Everyone else was pardoned, no questions asked. We've got nothing to worry about. We had no other choice. That settles it. Be careful, Hot, alright? At least until you can make it to Opicum. A king's favor is like a spring wildflower. One day it blooms, when it starts to get chilly again, it's nowhere to be found. I won't be throwing myself onto the blades and arrows, but I won't be hiding behind anyone's back either. What are you worried about anyway? You were leading your squad to Opicum, and my father's in Heiberg. You're oddly well after an injury. Some sorcery played a part. First, Philia used a healing spell on me, or so I'm told. And some magic or scribe brought me to my senses. I paid a very steep price, though. My nanny gave her life for me. sorry to hear that. It seems like you're holding up. Your hands are shaking, there's color in your face. You'll be carefully looked after now. You could talk. Yeah, why is he alone? Huh? Yeah, they wouldn't let me go. With or without a squad, so I ran away again. Probably organized a search by now.
Hey.
Not this, please. I wonder what kind of king you'd make as headstrong as you are. But we gotta get on our way. Ah, crap, it was a loyalty decrease. Let's go then. I've no intention of becoming your group's new leader, Thorn. Just think of me as a common soldier. Some common soldiers usually come at a steep price, Odd. Still, I'm happy to see you. You're a skilled knife thrower, aren't you? Do that and you won't get, and don't get into close quarters combat. You don't want Glad to be orphaned, do you? Oh, God. Let's hit the Friga. I think we can buy a few more Strixes if we can make it there in time. Oh, wow. Having made your way to the end of the ravine, you see the old Gabonan Road. The area is a quarter league wide and the crowd of people stretches all the way to the Vandal Forest. Vandals, Gels, soldiers, bandits, vagabonds, all of them are venturing toward Friga. Their horses' bridles clink in chorus with their weapons and armor. This deluge of people is unending. Everyone walks with their heads down, as if they're sleeping. No military governors or sergeants are in sight. No songs or arguing can be heard. You have to stop your squad and hide to avoid being noticed. Skull looks around apprehensively. It's sorcery, Thorn! He whispers in frustration. Vile, horrible sorcery. For that pumping in your temples, if we get any closer, we'll all become mindless cattle, dazzling to our shepherd's tune. Though there is a way out. You're not sure whether to let Thorn help you avoid the deluge of people or just escape and wait it out. You don't know how many people remain. You're also not sure that Skork will be able to help. Score, time to earn your keep. You know how to score. Give me a rope, he says, bustling about. We'll circle the squad with it. Everyone off. You hear some cryptic words and the noise in your head begins to quiet. You lead a squad inside the circle of wet rope. Move quickly, but stay calm, you whisper. Don't look them in the eye. Blend in and slowly make your way to the forest. Don't look anyone in the eye, Score whispers loudly. Especially the guide. Someone's controlling them. They're all under some sort of horrible hex that's slowly taking control. Quiet now. The guide's almost here. Suddenly, the rope burns your hands. Glenna moans behind you. You try to see a Reaper mounting on a gigantic horse. It's the same Reaper who cursed your whole town. You feel hatred swell in your chest and whisper your wife's name. Yep, it's Tripcall. Behind you, Glenna slowly exhales. Dad, don't look. Avert your gaze. If you look it in the eye, you're done for. Nothing will save you. The rope's already smoldering as it is. Just don't look at the Reaper. The monster's gray skin absorbs the sunlight. Its greasy hair cascading down its shoulders like black snakes. It scans everyone nearby with an empty gaze, foggy, almost apathetic. To him, they're nothing more than cattle ready to be butchered. It takes some effort to avert your eyes. The Reaper rides past you. Only a couple dozen steps separate you from the monster's leg planted in its blood-soaked stirrup. The Reaper's terrifying mouth lets out a formidable snort, and then the Reaper passes your squad, concealing shadows of the Vandal Forest or your saving grace. Holy crap, that was close. We barely got out of there with our lives. The road ahead is blocked by a fallen tree. It looks suspicious, like the ruz of a highwayman. You have your companions draw their weapons, but nobody attacks you. Either the tree has fallen naturally or the enemies are lying in wait. really don't want to turn back and lose another day. Let's check for an ambush. You dismount and slink into the brush. The perfect place for an ambush. As expected, you find several highwaymen lying in wait. You disrupt their attempted ambush with a surprise attack. That was admittedly terrifying. With Drakal. Hod's back. Or is it Hode or Hod? Yeah, you got a lot to level up. This. This. Vampirism. Let's fight. I legit did not expect that little scene to happen, and it looks like we were right. Drakal is leading the army, but it looks like he's going north to Opicum then. Good, that's going to cover our flanks at least. Friends and I need to get back in the running with my friends. I think we were at least we were exploring a bit of ROM. They're a little bit further ahead. Because we did all agree we get one guy. I don't know if they're helping David or they're helping out. Something I must think about. But I was recently playing a little bit of Blade Kitten again. I don't think they can actually make a I don't know, I guess not a remaster, more like a port, just with all the DLC in it, which is actually just episode 2, honestly. Since episode 2 is officially out now. Well, it's been out for a while. I mean, THQ Nordic, I think Chrome is working with THQ Nordic or something. It might work. I don't know.
Hey, there's part today.
Nice. Thorn, take out the Ultra. No, not to take care of.
Hey, there's part today.
Alright, Spies got going on. Oh no, not really a whole lot been going on with my life lately. I mean, I did play some Star Trek yesterday. I finished Jula's Discovery missions. Almost. I just gotta take care of the most recent, the Klingon Civil War mission. And I'm almost done. Sorry, I just woke up early today. Nice. Okay. Nothing here in the Furs village, which is odd. You'd think there would be an event after this. But let's check out and see if we can talk to Hod. Or Hode. Nope. But it's nice to have him back. go to the tar works. You mistake a woodland path for the road you need to take. Try to find your way back. You run into a company of ences. Seems like there's something of a trap in the mix by company Woodside. The abominations have no horses, so you can choose to run away. Otherwise, dismount and fight. Let's attack. I don't want to risk it because I'm pretty sure any trap with the ences is not going to be pretty for anyone. Oh, sweet, we got loyalty increased. Well, score still got low loyalty, but we got high loyalty with a lot of other people. Nice. Alright. Reflexes, reinforced defense. Long spear. Athletics. Yeah, let's pop one more into athletics. Oh, Brett's got one too. Let's unlock focus for him. I mean, lore-wise, I guess it would probably make sense if you're focused enough, you can be able to shoot more accurately. Not really a whole lot's been going on with me. I'm still trying to get that job. Well, I'm trying to at least remind my cousins to put a word in for me that I'm looking to get a job so we can set up an interview with that spot. I do want the job. There's just a bit of a snag though. I mean, I do want the job, but there's the fact that literally, I'm kind of to deal with here. I know what you're all gonna say. You know, my friend said it last night. They're basically saying, "Bugs, I'm making excuses." I'm not making excuses. Literally, my folks have. Literally, if I get the job, my folks, there's not going to be anyone to look after my grandparents, especially my grandfather, who's going down early dementia. So whenever my folks have to go out, I have to stay behind to make sure that they make sure he doesn't do anything, or if he, or so he doesn't suffer, or in case he ever suffers a heart attack again or a stroke, someone's there to call the ambulance on him. This has happened several times already since he's been here. We don't want, and I'm very much concerned. I know I want the job. I'm also worried as all hell for my grandfather. I know. Some people call it saying I'm just basically stalling and I don't want to get the job. I want the job. I really do. Unfortunately, with everything going on in my life right now, I don't know if it's, I mean, I do want the job, I just don't know if I should get the job now. You know? I cannot control what happens in my life. So literally, I don't know. I want it. I want the job. Well, I just want to make money. Unfortunately, with everything going on, just like, how can I, you know? Is Remo only level 3? Go to the charcoal burner's hut, then the fort, and then the waterman here. Then we'll make a straight shot to Apaka from there. Clemens. A scared young lad walks down the road. He introduces himself as Clemens. He's been hunting in the bush for a band of ences, which left the thoroughfare and turned to a sandy-used path. Luckily, the path leads to a long abandoned village, so the abominations won't hurt anyone. It seems like you can't catch up to the ences if you want to. Clement praises the gods for delivering him from peril and bids you farewell. The prospect of winning Barcana from a bunch of brutes is enticing. But should you risk fighting for such an elusive game? Let's chase them down. The answers are too quick for your liking. You spend half a day looking for them and another half return to the thoroughfare. Finally, you get what you want. You face the abominations and prepare for battle. Man, Thorn's just busy this mission. Plus, this is a good place to level up too. We kind of need the levels anyway. Suppressed anger. 8. Let's get suppressed anger. Glitter. Yeah, let's grab solid cover. Lit. One more into sharpshooter's skill. Vi. Energy conservation. Let's grab this. Gremlin. Fortitude. Quick mind. Athletics. Athletics wouldn't hurt. I mean, we know what the Enses actually are since we've been talking with Kama's Lo Fang. I'm just a little bit unsure. I mean, no one else knows what Lo Fang does. I really hope we can at least talk with them. Dude. Trying to play the good person though with Lo Fang is gonna be a bit tricky. Yeah. All right. Never mind about that. I mean, this is supposed to be doing auto battle. Like auto chess, only just auto battle. I wonder exactly how far my friend's going to run then. Maybe I can ask them. Okay, I was seriously just wondering, like, why is the game... I was wondering why the game was stalling, right? My brother again. You'd think Fisk would have a counterattack at short range. Brett, go save him. He did. Trauma. Alright. You know... Well, let's maybe make it to the Waterman here and then I'll call it. This lake is in the heart of the Vandal Forest is well known, but nobody knows why the ruins of the little island in its center are called the Temple of the Water Menhir. There are plenty of rocks jutting out from the surface, but not one of them looks like a menhir. These lands have become a home for bandits, but there hadn't been many pilgrims here in safer times. Score leaps off his mount, grabs the reins, and grumbles. Where is this menhir? What I've heard is supposed to be on the island, but all I see are ruins. Did we have to grow up every stone now? I'm not going into the water. I cannot swim. I hate it when it's wet. Still grumbling, Score steps into the bridge, slips on the wet moss, and all but falls into a mud hole. Instead of swearing, he lets out a cry of joy. It's under our feet, and it's clean. I stepped on it, and I didn't die. Just felt better. Let out a sigh of relief. Gods be praised, but why is it clean? Could running water be washing away the taint? In any case, we should not linger, but we have a short rest on the island. Bring in the horses. Stay together and keep your senses sharp. No yelling. Sound travels far along water. Urge your companions to touch the menhir. Once on the island, Gladys calls out, Dad, look! There's a fresh grave, but there's no name. Only the slab of stone from the ruins. There's something inscribed on it. You will not keep misfortune away. What could it mean? You wonder about this too, but not for long. As you hear branches crumbling, Mabuk, the leader of the cannibals, emerges out of the wood. Panting, as you reach for your weapon, Mabuk puts his hands into the air and cries out in pure Barkanic. Thorn, wait! Listen to me first! Mock steps forward. Father, I can't explain it, but he sounds like Druket. He's not at all like Mabuk. Oddly enough, the cannibal vaguely resembles Druket in both manner and speech. If it is still Mabuk, something incredible has happened to him. You decide that the vandals speak, luring him closer. You do not want to have to chase him through the forest. What do you want, cannibal? Why are you tailing us? You've been following us from the White Tower. Are you hungry? How about a taste of steel? Brett, do you remember what Druket said? Open the locket, don't take it off, just look inside. You'll find a portrait and a name. Elsker. That's right. That's my mother's name and portrait. Where'd Druket get this locket? How'd you learn of it? No time to explain. You don't need to know everything for your own safety. I'll tell you one thing, though. Don't remove the locket. It can protect you. As for the knife, you'll have to surrender it to me. It's not for you to wield. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to close the door. Okay, so we know from Hopper that Mabuk and Druket are all the same Umbra named Quarpa. So it looks like when Druket was killed, Quarpa took over Mabuk instead. So you're not a cannibal? Who are you then? Trust me, the Mabuk that was taunting you no longer exists. All that's left of this monstrous vessel before you. It serves Druket's sorcery. I bet the Mabuk of the White Tower has never heard of Brett's mother. It's hard to imagine a sorcerer that does not die with a sorcerer, but nobody knew my mother's real name, apart from herself, myself, and my father, whom I never got to meet. What do you know about Brett's dad? I know quite a bit. Brett himself knows bits and pieces. His father always remembered his son and the woman who had borne him. Brett's desire to be him equaled his father's pain of not being able to let it happen. That's true. I always had help, though it came in secret, through other people. It made my mother's tears any sweeter, though. Who's threatening him? Your father was a peculiar man. He had, and still has, peculiar enemies. They hunt people like you, because they don't want your father's kind to leave offspring. These are deadly foes. You know them as the Reapers. Whoa! I said the reaping led by the same Reapers, from what I understand, wasn't bad enough. Sorry. I'm getting my own private reaping? Is there anything else Brett should know? You cannot go past the waterman here. This is the only place where you can cleanse yourself from the abominable sorcery that saturates the woods. You can catch your breath here, but you need to get to Occam quickly. It's a clean place there. Everything shall be decided. For now, just toss me the knife. Wait, what should be decided in Occam? You keep be talking about the war. We are no army. What can we do? Why do I have a feeling that something is driving me and my daughter to Occam? Sometimes, one man is worth an entire army. There must be a reason why the Reapers are hunting down the progeny of Druket and his kind. You should go to Occam. I'll surely come too. Or send someone in my stead as Druket did. Some battles cannot be avoided. Well, what do you think? Matt grabs you by the shoulder and forces you to face him. Father, you might not believe me, but it really is Druket. I swear it's him. Okay. This is getting interesting. What are the things Druket told you? I think you chomped up my arm, Vandal, but I'll ask you anyway. My mentor Druket, he once told me to ask questions when in doubt. Why do you think he told me that? If you ask a question, you might receive an answer. If not, you get nothing. And trust me, I did not chomp on your arm. Father, I'll be damned, but I think it really is Druket. Suddenly, my book falters and you feel a strange numbness is creeping you over. Your throat becomes dry in a flash. It feels very much like the spring equinox in Alchemy City Square. Still what appears before you. You see, I needed some peace and quiet to do my work. Papers rarely visit this place. And then I ran into you. What are you doing here? What business of yours is that? Are you like Adna, perhaps? Exterminating Umbra seeds so they don't disperse? What are you plotting this time? You want to understand, Korabak? What kind of Umbra are you? A reveler and a wastrel. A lover of humans. I know all about you, Druket. Now a vandal oaf with blood-crusted lips. Are you not sick of dressing up? No. I'm not just your companion. Who are you? Don't you realize yet, you're a soldier? Or have your undergarments not yet glued to your skin for sweat? If not, ask your black-skinned friend. I've been meaning to ask, Korba. Have you ever inhabited a woman's body? Thorn? This is Nakoma. I thought that nasty trick's a master of torture. Sometimes he looks different. Then he is called a Reaper. One of the Reapers. What do you want from me? What if I tell you that you're a plaything of fate? What if I tell you that you were bred for this reaping? What if I tell you your entire life has been a prelude to our meeting? Were you perhaps thinking the reaping had begun at Albius by accident? You cannot trust him, Thorn. He has a deft tongue that blends truth with lies. Even those who read your past like an open book cannot know the future. What do you want from our land? This land is no longer yours, and it hasn't been for a while. Soon you'll see for yourself. Don't worry, there's room for your bones in it. Don't you know? The ampler of the reaping, the richer the fields. Leave him alone, Atroc. You gave out my name. I'm giving out yours. If you meant to kill them, then you would have already done it. So do not mock us any further. I cannot spend time on small talk right now. He will not leave until he gets what he wants. What do you want, Atroc? As if you don't know what I normally want from mortals. The pain, the grief, the unbearable suffering. They're suffering. But this time, I don't want anything from these people. Quite the opposite. I mean them well. What do you say, Captain? Will you accept a kind deed from me? I don't see why I shouldn't accept a kind of deal from a good man. Guava was not joking. I'm not a man, and definitely not a good one. However, I do want to do something good. Or at least bring you good news. Your daughter has been called for a higher purpose, Captain. She could be the chosen one, a vessel that could serve to waken divinity.
Huh?
My daughter is not a crock, even if some divine cock thinks differently. Do her wishes even matter? Do your wishes matter when your life died, Captain? If mortals were granted their wishes, the world would plunge into chaos and drown in blood. Wait for the sign, young lady. Though luck may not yet find you after all. You have a strange concept of luck. Mark my words, I will be the master of my own fate. I can decide for myself whether I want to be someone else's vessel or not. You can kill me, but you cannot force me. You amuse me, girl. You have yet to learn that a pet pheasant's talons and the color of his plumage mean nothing when he's brought to the kitchen. It's still a long way to the kitchen, I admit. We'll see what you're capable of. And you, my book, freeze. This is not your game, so don't meddle in it. I hate Reapers. The book freezes again, tries to move and finds himself unable to lift a finger. In a hoarse voice he whispers, "Only Apicum can save you! Only Apicum!" You grab your sword and watch it hard as Nakoma vanishes into thin air and a band of gals emerges out of the fir wood. You have no choice but to stand your ground. To arms! You're under attack! Man, this is getting intense. Alright, let's go. Let's go. So many gals. I didn't expect to find a truck here. I was just hoping to be able to stay mocked. But still, COPPA they still managed to chase us all the way here. So then Jerusal's gotta be his other incarnation, though I'm guessing he's dead. So it's Druket, and he's got my book. I wonder how he's able to choose different people. All I can say is this though, they're about to get very, very bloody. This can tank all these attacks. He's just like up ahead, just kicking butt. We're gonna save him. How about Glenna? I wonder if there's a counterattack skill for her. I like having counterattack skills. They're very useful. I didn't expect to find that coma. Pretty sure no one did. Nice, Ramlin. I don't get why he didn't just shoot from a distance, though. This is going to be a very extra long episode. I hope you guys don't mind an extra long episode. This is just getting good. You know my throat's going to be sore for a while though. I'm going to download the Younger Newborn tonight. Or tomorrow night. Maybe. Almost done. Gotta take these guys out. Now we got it. And Rambling killed for the last one. Nice. The battle's over. The girls' corpses are drifting into the lake like gruesome floats. Water rinses the blood off the bridge. You wipe your blade with a cloth and turn around. Let's leave this cursed place. Be quick. The book? What's wrong? The book shakes its head and makes a gesture of resignation. Nothing. I'm leaving. I don't want you to draw further perils towards you. You should leave too. They'll reach you anywhere except Oppicum. You lock glances with your daughter who looks strangely numb. Gletta, what's wrong? We're in a hurry. Gletta looks at you in the eyes. What if this evil force that drives us towards Oppicum? Maybe it's not salvation that waits for us there, but more perils. Whatever it is, we need to get to that fortress, you said with great irritation. We leave immediately. Saddle the horses.
The fallen can't be blamed, nor the victors forgiven. Shadow Clan's code for warriors of peace.
The long journey is coming to an end. You hear sticking out like a rotten tooth between its towering bastions. The great ancestress can barely hold body and soul together. As the fortress draws closer, she seems like the condemned approaching the scaffold. She's about to collapse. She notices your eyes upon her. Keep going, Icon. We're almost there. Don't worry about me. I'm weak, but I'm still standing. This magic I sense. It doesn't originate from Oppicum, but from the reaping itself. Reed, can you help her? Reed nods and places a hand on Mama's shoulder, and promptly falls flat on her back. When she gets up, there's blood running from her nose. I don't understand, she whispers, shaking her head. Mama chuckles. Don't lend a shoulder blindly. You just might end up supporting a mountain. I must say I'm surprised you're still alive, Reed. I'm sorry I can't look into your future right now. What I do know is that we should watch the road. You turn to hear the sound of hoofs approaching. A band of Bakan soldiers rounds the bend. They're obviously being pursued. You turn to meet the pursuers and see several Gels hiding in the forest. There's also a Bakan nobleman kneeling in the dust beside a fallen warrior. This is your ticket to Oppicum. But I am going to go ahead and decide to call it here for today. Holy crap, has it been a long episode. But I'll call it here. We did a lot going up here. And next week is going to be a very tricky episode. Sorry, I'm just stretching. So, I'm Giant King Mark, and next time on Let's Play Ash of God's Redemption... Yes. Next time on Ash of God's Redemption, we're going to be playing Lo Feng and see if we can get to Oppicum with him. All roads are leading there. Let's see how well this goes. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified, and I will see all of you next time. Laters.